of the Association of Bridal Consultants. And many of you who are in a position where it's not necessarily a justice of the peace appropriate, not an exact fit perhaps for a minister because of situations within the family or relationships. This is a wonderful organization that fills the void and helps to move you from, I really am not sure what or who to refer you to I know exactly who to send you to. We also want to again thank Charlotte Roulette and Celebrant USA for being our morning coffee sponsor. And without further ado, Charlotte Roulette.
Fanfare. I want to thank Tony Polisi and all the wonderful people that put this together. We have Carol, Bethany, Lois, and I'm forgetting David, Mr. Hanson over there in Charming, and all of you who are really doing something that's amazing, especially in this time of history, where people are coming together and they're celebrating their lives. They have the opportunity to talk about what's important to them. They're able to express themselves. And all of you here, you came to a specific vocation where you're helping people celebrate their love. So I really thank all of you, because we're doing this together. I brought a group of celebrants with me because they wanted to meet with all of you as well. And all of you are basically troubadours of love. It's an ancient concept that it's been updated, and that's what you're doing. You're making their dreams come true. And one thing that I wanted to mention is because we have Rhonda Rivera. There was a wedding ceremony that she called us up, and there were these two soldiers from Iraq, Marines, and they were stationed there. They came in for a few days. They didn't have much time to mess around, and they needed somebody to honor their traditions and also to talk about their story and their history. Let's face it. They didn't know they were going to live long enough to get married. That is heavy duty. This is the times that we're living in. And what we did was Rhonda and also Wilma Quantrill, who's going to talk about the ceremony and how it's personalized. We also have the video outside, but we're not going to show it here because we're going to reenact it in a little bit. But anyways, what we have here is the Star Ledger piece. We've got the couple here, and we talk about Rhonda, and we talk about the celebrant that created a personalized wedding ceremony for this couple that rang true for all of them. Now, why is this important? Is PR important to bridal consultants? You bet your sweet petunia. I know there's petunia bouquets, but anyway, it is very important. So when you're doing a ceremony, when you're interviewing a couple, and you're creating the whole ceremony, because that's what we do, it's important to find out what their story is. And if you have a story that speaks, you may want to contact the Celebrant USA Foundation, me personally, and I will call either Peggy Lewis over, Peggy Crowley of the Star Ledger, or some of our other people at all the other magazines. It's important that people know what you do, so you as troubadours of love can make things happen for these couples that would like to. It's very important for you to get their permission. It may not always be called for, but that's something that is also very important to you in your career. And it was such an honor, and we love Rhonda, and she really busted that day. But another thing that I want to talk to you is about why is a celebrant different? Well, a celebrant's different because we sit down and talk to the couples. We ask them questions like, tell us your story. What are your hopes and dreams for the future? What is it that you'd like to have the people in your family and friends knowing and feeling about you today? Is there something that you're wearing that's special? Do you want to give something to someone in your ceremony? What do you want to tell the groom? What does the groom want to say to the bride? This is the moment. Sure, the ring is important, but the real gem is what they have to say to one another. And those are the words that last forever, not just the diamonds. The diamonds are cold stone. It's the words, it's the tributes that we do with the families, and then what a celebrant does is something else. We have them proof the ceremony. We make sure that their pronunciation of their families' names are accurate, whether they're Chinese, Hungarian, or they're from Zimbabwe. This is very, very important. You don't mess up the names. And also what we do is we gift a beautiful copy of the ceremony to the couples. This is what we do for weddings, baby namings, renewal of vows, engagements. We do all different kinds of events. So we want to make sure that you know that. And why are cultural weddings important? This is what we're going to do today. These are weddings that we're going to have Jerry Fierce, who is a New York and New Jersey wedding celebrant, come up and do a reenactment of the ceremony. And we're going to pick some lucky bride and groom from the audience to wear our 1930s top hat. And our basically the veil is a communion veil. I couldn't get with the other kind. So, and also we have Wilma Quantrill, who is the wedding celebrant. She's from Keyport, New Jersey, and Jerry and Wilma actually also part of our faculty, because we are an institute. We train people to become celebrants. And celebrants are non-denominational ministers. So if a couple is Buddhist and Jewish, where do you go? You come to us because we know their cultural ritual symbols. We know comparative religious rites of passage, all these kinds of things that are very important. So we come with a knowledge base. We're trained. We're certified. That's what a celebrant is. And we have celebrants from New Jersey, because you're Northeastern Regional Bridal Consultants and event consultants. We have 200 and more celebrants throughout North America and Canada. And going back, we started in Australia 30 years ago, where 85% of the wedding ceremonies are officiated by celebrants. And they also are in the funeral and memorial and celebration of life celebrants as well, and they do 90% of the funerals and memorials. So they're a big part of the culture. We brought this to the United States 6 years ago. It happened right around 9/11. And I have to tell you, this is where America, with our different cultures that you're going to see today, with our different languages, with our children that we're adopting from all over the world, they're coming here to this great country. So that's why cultural ceremonies are very important. And with that, no further ado, as Lois had said, do and don'ts, I-dos, with more I-dos, is Jerry Fierce, New Jersey, New York wedding celebrant, who's going to come up and do his thing. Come on up.
Well, thank you very much. I think you can hear me. I'm an actor, so I have a pretty good voice. Would you be my bride? Please. Thank you so much. And thank you. And I also need, could you be the bridesmaid? Thank you. There. And I need a best man. Is there a best man in the house, please? Thank you. Thank you. I became a celebrant as the foundation was being set up. As Charlotte said, the concept of a celebrant started 30 years ago in Australia. The Attorney General of Australia was a divorced Catholic. When he wanted a civil ceremony, he discovered that it was sort of like getting a dog license. And he said people should have heart and soul, even if it isn't a formal religious ceremony. So even though we are civil celebrants, it's not that we are anti-religious or don't include if people desire religious blessings or readings from the Bible. We create a ceremony that is a reflection of who the people are. Now, because we live in New York, Philadelphia,